What's up, everyone?
Hi, everybody.
Well, we started out with several viewers.
Yeah, we did.
Man, we got
This
a
is
hot guest.
Yeah, that's what it is. That we're starting this is our first episode doing it on our personal pages too.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Trying to spread it out a little bit
So,
more
Mark.
and trying to, push everybody to go to our Facebook and YouTube page.
Hello, beautiful.
What's up? So I don't know if anybody saw this. I'm gonna put this. Well, let's see.
What a hot mess.
Anyway, while you're talking real quick, I'm gonna upload something real quick.
Okay. How you doing, Andy? James Beanard. James and Bruce in the comments on our post was hilarious. They were just back and forth with each other. I loved it.
So
Amanda did that right after MTE, Andy, and it looked really good. I was happy with it.
When I was asking Bruce for a photo, I was messing with him. I said, well, you can send us something. He said, I don't like taking selfies. And I said, well, I'm going to stalk your Facebook page. And I pulled the one up with Bass, and I said, I'll use this one or whatever. And he sent me the one we used jokingly. And I'm like, don't tempt me on that.
Yeah. And Amanda
sent
it back. I was like, yes.
and I knew the reason I'm like, go ahead with it is because we knew that everybody get a laugh out of it. I knew Bruce would get a laugh out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it really kind of shows his sense of humor because he's the one that actually sent it to me, too. So
I still love the fact that Nick Stark was like, I thought that was a real dent guy. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
dude, you should retire.
But
it's hilarious.
So our guest is, of course, Bruce Halverson of Dingbusters. Bruce is one of the best techs. I've only met him in person once, and that was MTE 2 years ago.
Me too.
But he's always, engaging in the show. He's always, just super nice, just all around guy. And but as far as repairs, he is, everybody talks about a 1%er. He's in that 1%.
Oh, absolutely.
But before we bring him on, if you didn't see the screen at the very front of the intro, me and Andy have actually done pretty well this year. So as far as winning an award, so Dapper Dent Repair won the Main Street Award for Best Auto Service Center for Dixon. And we just won the Nappy Awards for Best Paint and Body Shop, which is just hilarious to me since we're a paintless dent repair company.
Right.
So anyway, here it is.
I still laugh that it's called the nappies. Like, only Mobile would embrace nappies as a good thing.
Well, it's the newspaper is Lanyap. And it's LA, so they call it the Nappies. It's kind of like Dunder Mifflin calling it the Dundies. Dundee Awards.
Thank you, fellas.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting. Andy and them had their little award ceremony today during the day. We have ours tomorrow night, Friday night. They do a big ceremony. We'll get our major award. Hopefully, it's a leg lamp. I don't know.
Fragile. The only reason I know is because of Amanda. She says that all the time. And what was really cool about mine this year, this is our third year in a row winning it, but my brother actually works for the Main Street, or, the Dixon Post, who does the Main Street Awards. He was the main guy doing the thing today. So my brother was actually the one that got to give me my award, which I love. That made it extra special.
I tried to watch the video real quick, and I kept trying to go through it to see where y'all were, and I couldn't ever find it. And I'm like, I got
the
work,
Italian.
So. Anyway, yeah. Appreciate everybody joining in and commenting so far. But let's without any further ado, let's go ahead and get our guest on here.
Let's do it.
And y'all have to be kind of patient. He is using like a dinosaur AOL for his
dinosaur's pedaling, and it ain't pedaling very fast.
I'm just kidding.
Look at him.
Hello. Put your teeth in, sir.
Y'all heard of the grand old man of the Marine Corps? This is the grand old man of the Dent Corps.
I can't find them. Help me.
You could do the whole show like it. It'd be awesome. If you only had an ear horn.
I love how it's like all choppy.
I know. It looks like a 80s music video No, we love Bruce. We give Bruce a lot of crap, but we love him to death. He's always, like you said, he's always chiming in and commenting funny stuff. And
Matt said I can hear the screech of his modem. The old AOL dial up here. No. I know we talked a little bit before the show, but it was pretty hot there today, huh?
Yeah, it's about almost 90.
Yeah. Scorching.
I mean, that's hot for here.
Yeah. And if y'all, those of you don't know, he's in Washington, so
yeah, it's pretty comfortable up there. It just rains a lot usually.
If you guys spent about 10 months here or so and got acclimated, you'd think 90 was hot.
Look, I think 90 is hot here. What you talking about?
Yeah. That's why my lazy butt got air conditioning. I was like, no, I'm good. I got the opportunity. I'm getting it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Kevin Bird's always showing that his thermometer. It's like 106 or whatever. I'm like, it's a balmy 72 here in the shop.
I love it. Maybe one day I'll have the AC. But anywho, so Bruce, like I was telling you earlier, we start out by kind of getting a quick background of how you got into this wonderful industry that we're in. You don't have to go all the way back to like the Mayflower and stuff, but you can.
Tell us about fixing this with dinosaur bones.
No, I'll just go back as far as the stone knives and wooden spears on that.
Okay.
I think.
Thank you, Sal. And
back
Sal
in
Petraeus.
Back in '96. Hello.
Go ahead. We can hear you. I was just going to tell you, Sal Petraeus say hello.
There's one of my mentors right there.
We love Sal. Sal's awesome.
But back in '90, what?
I said we love Sal. He's awesome. Sal's awesome.
Oh yeah. I wish I had my earbuds in. I could hear better. But
right.
Back in '96, I went and got trained at paintball years ago, and got trained for a week and learned just enough to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say that.
What's that?
Paintball. I was going to say how was your experience, but you just said how it was, so that's very understandable.
Yeah, the 8 guys that were there, I think there was only 2 of us that could fix like dime-size dents and make a little bit of money. And I guess Gene Fetty's a paintball survivor too. But
he is. Carl Nevue.
Yeah, about the time I got out, or about the time I got in, there was a bunch of guys that got out. So when I came home, there was like nobody was doing it. And so I walked into the dealers and started doing a bunch of wholesale work, and got my feet wet. And basically, because I didn't have any mentors, because back in your job description in the fine print, you were basically required to mad dog your competition. And so you never got to know everybody had an attitude and nobody show anybody anything. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't know how to move metal, didn't really know how to do a lot of R&I. It was pretty rough first couple of years or so. I was working at the aluminum plant, and I started doing it part-time. And I think, when was it? Back towards the end of '97, I went and just burned all my vacation and went out. And the first week I was out, I made $500 more the first month. I made $500 more than what I would have made at the aluminum plant. And then the following month, it was 500 more. And then after that, it just kind of snowballed.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
I really didn't didn't come into my own until I opened a shop across from the Honda dealer back in, when was it? 86. When did we have the big downturn? Was it 87?
I don't know.
I was 5. Economy was not on my brain in 87. I was worried about Ninja Turtles.
When was that? 2008. That's when it was.
2007, 2008. Yeah.
Okay.
Across from the Honda dealer. Yeah. And put internet in the shop, and I started going online and looking what other guys were doing. And I saw this funny video with Haynes Freeman where he's doing the magnet thing.
Yeah.
And I came
freaking Hayes, man.
So I came across this red Volvo XC90 that this guy was supposedly doing a repair on, and I thought this was just another clown video. Well, come to find out, the guy's name was Sal Contreras, and it was this Volvo got hit with a trailer hitch. I mean, just smashed it. Mm. And the repair, and I was just like I gotta touch base with this guy, because I've never, if somebody would have brought that to me back then, I'd just say, no, body shop.
Right.
So I contacted him, and I got his 5-disc video course and applied it, his theories and everything, and bought his tooling and all of that, and applied what I was doing. And the size and the depth of the repairs I was doing back then, I mean, just exploded exponentially. So I basically learned how to move metal from him. And then, when was it? I started going to, I got on a mailing list somewhere, and accidentally came in contact with Keith Constantino and Shane Jacks. I started going to their advanced skill seminars, and that's where I met Bryce Kelly. And I had a lot of things in common with Bryce, because I started strictly wholesale, and he was very, he's very down to earth, very personal, and a really nice guy. And got to spend some time with him. And then at one of the advanced skill seminars, that gave me an opportunity to meet Casimir, and I got an opportunity to touch base with him. And I remember the day that he was there at the advanced skill seminar. Excuse me. Well, everybody went to lunch. I spent my lunch hour talking with Kaz, even with his broken English, because as he was demonstrating his tools and everything, because the tools that I had back then were very limited, and so I was using them in ways that they were not designed. So I was used to using a multi-purpose. So I would go in with one tool and try to do as much as I could with just one tool. Yeah. And so when I saw his tools and everything and how they were multi-purpose and everything, it just kind of light bulb came on, and I said, well, I need to figure out a way to touch base with him and go train with him. So I got the money together and went to Lithuania and trained with him and got certified as a stand-learner technician. And then later on, as they would see my repairs, they decided that they were going to make me gold certified master craftsman.
That's awesome.
That is probably the most important certification to me, as far as because I'm very emotionally attached to Kaz. I mean, he treats me like one of his kids, and that's awesome. I think very highly of him and his tools and his techniques and the rest of that stuff. And if it wasn't for Shane and Keith and Kaz and Sal and Bryce and a few other individuals that I'll probably leave out. I didn't get to where I'm at by myself.
Right.
I mean, I don't know everything. Even at 66, I'm still learning. Because every day is different, every dent's different as the metals evolve, as they use more aluminum, as they use more alloys in the steel, high strength steel, ultra strength steel.
Absolutely.
It's constantly changing. I mean, if you'd have told me 27 years ago, when I was a newbie, and I'm probably still a newbie now with premature senility. What was your name again? Anyway, if you'd have told me 27 years ago that the industry would be doing the repairs that they are now with the new glues and tools and technology and all of that, I'd have told you were crazy. Yes. I mean, there's just no way. No way. I mean, now I've just had, in the last couple of months, I've had the opportunity to use the hot box. And now I'm able to do jobs that I would have normally turned away and sent down the road or kicked it to the body shop.
Right.
And I mean, it's amazing. I mean, granted, you can only shrink them so much, but still, I mean, if you're able to even get it close and make the customers happy, I mean,
that's what matters.
Your name spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what technology like this. The lateral tension is the thing now, and I've been using the crap out of it and love it. Like it's helped me get a lot of dents up cleaner, faster than I would have before. So I love where the industry's still headed.
Yeah, and lateral tension. I mean that when you guys had Robert Castillo on here a while back, and he did that thing with the folded paper.
Yeah.
And when I got a chance to meet him over there at what's his name? Anyway, what is that? Good grief. Anyway, I got to meet him over there. It was over there by your booth. Cam Auto, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did that thing with the folded paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost like bing,
almost
like a light bulb went on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, man, that makes like total sense. And then right after that, I saw a video of who's the guy in California?
Toledo.
No.
Marty Roonick.
Yeah,
Marty Roonick, where he talked about how the steel is rolled out in the panel and it's in tension this way and compression this way.
Mm-hmm.
And the lateral tension, when they really started chasing after that, made absolutely total sense to me.
Right.
And it's totally changed the speed and the quality and everything else of the repairs that not only that I'm doing, but that everybody's doing.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure.
You've always heard slower is faster, and
Oh yeah,
with doing dent repair, but really now with trying to understand this tension and stuff like that, and you don't realize really how old that video that Marty put out is. It's really before anybody was really putting it out there about this tension. But yeah, you say within the last 27 years how far we've come, but you could say in the last 10 years and really in the last 3 years of where we've really gone in the tools and everything to really compensate and help us fix this large damage. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, the last 3 years the glues have just absolutely exploded.
Oh, yeah.
And now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of this lateral tension.
Yeah.
And
which is cool because you get more ideas behind it. Like everybody's making their own creation of it, so there's more options for us to pick what works best for us. I like the fact that there's more than one company doing lateral tension and stuff. So,
and what I really love about it is it's not just tool companies or technicians or individuals just coming up with a tool. They're coming up with stuff now that is starting to save our bodies, and making it better for our bodies to do these types of repairs.
Why would you want to save your body?
What? Hold on, Barry's on. What's up, Barry?
What's up, Barry?
I'd love to get Barry on one time because I just like hearing him talk.
Yeah. Well, and Bruce, going back to something you said about, having the guidance from Shane, Keith, Kaz, and all the people you mentioned, like, I feel like we all have that. Like, Gene Fetty's a big emphasis on my life in my career right now. I got several. I can't even name everybody who's helped me get to where I'm at. Kevin Bird, as much as he gives me hell, he's still one of those guys that I can lean on for help and everything. So we really do have some amazing people in the industry. You're one of them too, Bruce, by the way. But
I might be amazing to some, but my wife's jury is still out. So
I think all of our wives' juries
mine would say the same thing.
How we are, but
a good wife knows how to keep you humble.
Yes,
that's it. Yeah, yes. Mine does it every day. Just when I think I'm getting ahead, she's like, "No, I'm bringing your ass back down to earth."
If it wasn't for Gene, giving me that blunt wake up call about social media and getting a website and all the rest of that, and accusing me of having grumpy old dead guy syndrome, and doing something about it. You can't beat that end of marketing. I really don't. I don't spend, of course, when you've been in it as long as I have. when you've been in it as long as I have, you already have a lot of referrals and word of mouth.
Yeah,
word of mouth's huge too.
Yeah, and so I don't really spend anything on advertising, but there's enough people that check out Facebook and go on looking for paintless dent repair and finding my website and all of that, to where it just grows exponentially. What do they call that? A sales funnel?
Yeah.
I don't have my sales team in here. They're in the house, but my sales team is my two dogs. And, well, yeah. I go to a house, and most of my customers in that income range are 40s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. I wasn't going to say 70, but most of those are dead. So, but if I show up to do an estimate, and I'm looking at the car and everything, and I'm measuring everything out, and all of a sudden the dogs start chirping, then immediately they go, "Oh, they're so cute." Well, the focus goes off of the dent, the repair, the cost, and on the dogs, and then the next thing you know, I got a job. So
they're like, "Can I pet the dogs while you fix it? That's all I need. I don't care how much it costs."
I take real good care of my sales team.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
How is your market where you're at as far as quote unquote competition or other dent guys or companies right there? Is there a lot of them, or
there's let's see, there's one, two. Let's see, one, two, maybe 3 techs in this area.
Okay.
One of them's pretty decent. The other 2, I refuse to be unprofessional.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because like I don't spend money on advertising either, because one, I am the only retail location. Two, the rest of them are just wholesale guys who just go out and strictly, they may go to somebody's house to do a retail job, but all of my I keep Facebook up and I keep my website up to date and the Google and stuff like that. But as far as advertising, I'm not trying to outdo another company like other industries and stuff. So like when the people come by for, oh, you want to do radio advertising, that? No, I don't, because it really doesn't help me, because I'm not trying to outdo another company to put me first.
See, and I'm the opposite. I'm all about advertising because like I'm more or less like I don't have another retail PDR company here either, but I'm more or less trying to grab more than body shop, customers and bring them in. That's kind of what I'm trying to grab. So a little just awareness, I guess you could say, is what I'm trying to get out there.
Well, it's I've got a lot of word of mouth and stuff, and you'll have, of course, that too, Andy. But especially being a location that they can direct people straight to you.
Oh yeah, they hook me up
instead of hey, we'll call this guy, he can come out to you and stuff. Every little niche is different. Now Bruce has you're mobile, but you actually have you shop at your house and all that. Now you built real nice, and so it I'm like you. I don't spend the money on it. I did this week on radio just because it was I thought it'd be a good deal and to test it out, and put on the advertisement for it that mention this ad, you get $10 off your next repair, so I can kind of track it all. But I haven't had a call, and it's Wednesday and it started Monday.
Bruce Haxton, David Haxton said you're one of his favorite techs, by the way.
Well, I haven't had the honor of meeting him, so I don't know.
Oh, David's the real deal.
He's just another ball head. His
standards must not be very high.
They're not. Don't worry about it.
No, he's another one of those industry standards that we, it's helped move the industry along. And then you got, Nick Gill. That's the opposite. But no, we love Nick. He's doing.
Well, hey, speaking of advertisement, after I'd been at it for a while, especially when I opened that retail shop, I spent a lot of money that I didn't really need to.
Yeah.
And even all the money that I did spend, I don't think I got one job from the advertising. And then I did the radio thing, I did the Yellow Pages thing, and all of that. And I think a lot of it was just the fact that when I got into it, I was going to push quality, and the money would take care of itself. Yeah. Even though when I first got into it, I didn't know how to price anything. And I figured over the years, I gave away thousands and thousands of dollars worth of work
for sure.
I came in contact with Keith and Shane. I mean, the radio PDR College episode that I heard, I was laying in bed. When was it? Years ago, and they were talking about a repair that this guy did on a pearl white Silverado. It was like a 12-inch crease, and the guy charged him. Well, you're not supposed to use the word charge. He billed him $1,200, and I sat straight up in bed. And I said,
like, wait a minute.
I said, what?
Yep.
I said, where have you been all my life?
Speaking of those guys, they just put out another really great episode. Shane wasn't on it, but Keith and Paul Corden had a really good episode about insurance and stuff. So if you guys haven't listened to that, go check it out, because I listened to it yesterday and it's a really good one.
Yeah, I meant to listen to it today, and I forgot to. So it's on my list to do tomorrow to listen to it. But I understand exactly where you're coming from, because, and I've said this before and talked to several, especially Gene and stuff. We've all, when we get started in this business, none of us know how to really price it. Thankful for Paul Corden and how they're really driving the pricing matrix and the price of dent, all that kind of stuff. As long as your quality's there and you can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But even we always would pull numbers out of our rear end, and in my head and most of our heads was, okay, most deductibles are $500. I'm gonna keep it under $500.
Right.
So $400 was like a limit in my head. And, and them big smashes that I was doing in the beginning and stuff and fixing, I mean, it'd be like $300-400. And, now you're getting thousands for it. You're getting, we're getting the what it would cost to replace that bedside and stuff.
I got a job for State Farm, $1,500 on a 15-inch dent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, wow.
Well, and Gene Fetty taught me something about pricing too. He made a really good point. He's like, if you undercharge for that dent, how quick would you be willing to give up on it? Because you're sitting there thinking the whole time, I ain't getting enough money for this. I ain't getting enough money. Why not charge accordingly? Do a great job. Everybody's happy. So and that just stuck with me. I mean, I heard that years ago from him, and it's always stuck with me. So,
oh yeah, if you shortchange yourself, it affects your attitude, and your attitude affects the quality. And if you feel like you got to rush, then you're not gonna do as good a job as you could. It's just like you were saying, slow is fast. You just take your time and pick the thing apart and get it done.
Right.
Well, that's how.
Don't worry,
Mike.
Yeah.
That's how it was this weekend. I had a wholesale vehicle, and I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, I really don't want to do this crap, man. I don't care if it's 100%. I don't care if it's 70%. I really don't want to do this. I'm sitting there in my mind just battling myself, and finally I'm like, okay, it's good enough. Whatever.
Yeah.
And
well, I'm getting. Hopefully, whoever sees this program is not affiliated with, the car business. But I'm getting work. I'm getting prices for wholesale that blows my mind.
Yeah,
I mean, awesome. I've got a RAV4 out here that years ago I would have done it for $300, and it's a $900 job. There's a little bit on the roof, a little bit on the sides, but it's a certified, and they want it looking really nice. So hey, they got to step up to the plate.
And you can get that in certain wholesales accounts and stuff like that. That's like the one I was doing this weekend. It's one of them real nice lots. They don't let anybody else touch it, but there's a lot. I don't do wholesale anymore. I like them and maybe one other place. They bring it to me. It's usually on something bigger. But it's like all these others. I had one. We went on vacation the week of the 4th. On that Thursday afternoon, one of my old lots called, and they're like, hey, we got this one. They sent me a picture, and it was really of just half the dent. I was like, well, if you can drop it off, I can knock it out Friday. And they brought it. I look at it, and it's 23 inches on the whole quarter, just caved in. And I'm like, okay, if I get 70% of this out, flatten it out, make it look better, even 80%, I can do it for this much, but it's still over $1,000. He's like, I know your quality and your pricing is good for what you do, but that's just more than what I want to spend. I'm like, then why did you bring it? You knew I wasn't going to do it for $50 or a couple $100.
Yeah.
So,
our problem here with wholesale is like there's wholesale painters that will do it like dirt cheap, like $100 or something like that. I'm like, y'all can have it. Like, there's no way I'm getting close to that.
Well, no, there's a lot of.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What makes you guys rise to the occasion? Is it when you hear from a customer or even another dealer that their guy can't fix it? Doesn't that do something to you?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go. That's what
that
it is.
That and when they say, okay, well, we let other PDR guys look at it.
You can't do that.
And they say it can't be done, or the body shop says it cannot be PDR.
Yeah.
That right there. I'm like, oh, bring it on, baby.
Or insurance. I had an insurance adjuster. We had an insurance adjuster for a company one day. It was a Ford F-150 was smashing the bottom body line. That can't be done with PDR. He just swore up and down. It's like, all right, cool. Like the poor customer had to pay out of pocket to get it done because he didn't want it painted. And I was like, well, you don't have to. Like, I can fix it, but your insurance is kind of being a pain in your ass right now. So
the Honda dealer that I used to do work for, they had a change in personnel. And so the recon guy that was at the Toyota dealer went to Honda. And I hadn't done anything for like 2 years. I walked off the lot because I just got sick of them. Well, he called me. He had this red Honda Accord 2-door that he called me up. I said, well, I thought you had a guy. He said, well, my guy can't do it. And so I went down there and looked at it, and it was red, and it was a gouge about 4 inches long. And I'm thinking, man, I got that hot box to give me a chance to use this thing. So I said, yeah, I'll fix it. So I said, yeah, I said, I'm going to have to take the door off. I said, but I'll do it for $650. And they said, okay, because he didn't want to paint it. So I took it, did the job, brought it back. Guy came out and looked at it, and then he runs in and gets the GM. And the GM comes out and looks at it.
That's what you want.
And he goes, oh my God. And he gives me the fist bump. He says, that is awesome. I don't believe it. I mean, the payday was good, but also the little, pat on the back that you wouldn't normally get from a dealer. That's
absolutely
good too sometimes. So.
And I love that from retail customers when you just blow their mind. Like we had so Natalie's homeroom teacher last year, my daughter's homeroom teacher, he's the auto mechanics teacher at school. He came in with a little bitty door ding. I fixed it and pulled it back out front. He's like, "You already done?" And he came out looking at it, just mind blown. I don't think he was a believer to begin with, but he's a believer now, and that's what I love.
Yeah. I love catching their reactions on the camera out front. Especially the ones who were told it can't be done. And like I had one a couple of years ago, just like that. And I mean, he hounded me this days and are you sure you could get this out? I'm like, yes, it's not that bad, And so we got him on camera, like he's squatting down, looking all that, and he's like, holy crap, it's gone. I'm like,
that's awesome.
I'm like, that video right there is just great. And use it for.
Well, you just reminded me of a story. I got to tell this before I forget. I know. Before I forget. I had that shop across from the Honda dealer down on Iowa Street years ago, back in 2008, and it was a Saturday, and I wanted to close up early and go fishing. Well, yeah, imagine that. But anyway. This young couple came down from BC, British Columbia, and they show up in their relatively brand new Tiguan, white one, pearl white. So he comes in and he says, I've got this little door ding. He says, well, how much you charge me? And I said, it wasn't any bigger than a dime. I said, I'll do it for $85. No big deal, because I just want them gone. I wanted to close up and go. And so roll the window down, put the barrier in place, went in, fixed it down. And then I said, well, what do you think? And him and his wife looked at the side of the vehicle from one end, went down and looked at the side of the vehicle from the other end, went to the other side of the vehicle, looked at both ends to make sure they matched, come back and looked at that side again. This went on for 20 minutes. And so he goes up and he says, can you work on that just a little bit more? Well, there was nothing there. I put the barrier in place, put the tool down in there, leaned down and kind of pushed on the metal a little bit for about 5 minutes, took it out to it. the whole process started all over again.
Oh.
One end, the other end, the other side, back on this side. He apologizes that he's so busy. He says he drives his wife crazy. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can understand. And so after 20 minutes, he was finally satisfied. So I told him, I said, look, I says, obviously, because I wanted to get out of there, obviously, you're never going to be happy with this. So I'll tell you what, it's on the house. No charge. No. He says, no. He says, I can't. He says, I have to pay you. I said, no. I says, you're not going to. And you know, I'm not a little guy. And I said, your money is no good here. I said, just get in your car. It's a nice sunny day. Just get in your car, drive down the road, enjoy the rest of the day, and, you know, have a good time.
Right.
Whatever. He says, no, I can't do this. I says, yes, you can. I says, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is. I said, so I literally did this. I walked over to the car. I says, now, and I explained it. Open the door, get in, put on your seatbelt because you got to be safe. Shut the door, start the car, back out of the parking lot, back up, and then get out of the parking lot and have a wonderful day. He says, no. He says, I must pay you. I says, no. I says, you're not paying me. She says, okay, then my wife will pay you. And I'm thinking, oh, right. So I go into the shop and I run her credit card for $1. And so I handed the slip. I was a little ornery back then. I'm not saying that I'm not now. It's just I handed him the slip. He signs it and he sees what the amount is. And he starts ranting around, no. He says, if I don't pay you, he says, I won't be able to sleep at night. And I'm thinking, yes. So I ended up charging him the full amount. And we went out and we chit-chatted and talked and kind of laughed it out and whatever. Nice. He gets ready to leave and he says, he said, I suppose I'm banned for your shop. And I said, nah. I think so. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh yes, I don't care if you ever come back.
Sal brought up a good point. He's talking highly of you, of course. And he said we got to hear some stories about your drummer days. We haven't even gotten your personal life, and we're 43 minutes in.
Oh man, well that's what happens when you're an old guy. You're pretty windy. That's what happens when you're an old guy. You're pretty windy.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the who is Bruce outside of the PDR world. So I guess we know you're married. How long you been married? Y'all got any kids? Blah blah blah. What do you like to do outside of the PDR world? One, we know fishing, but apparently Sal's brought up something about your drummer days. So let's get into
was you on the Mayflower? They have you on the Mayflower with the drum?
While keeping the rowers rowing. Keeping the time down, baby.
He was a little drummer boy.
Yeah, I was out there tapping on the poop deck. So
I couldn't resist.
My drumming days. Oh, good grief! I started playing the drums when I was seriously when I was 20. But I have to go back, and I started seriously playing when I was in the service, but the service was a blur. It was not the best part of my life, because I was heavy into alcohol and drugs and the rest of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad I didn't have frog babies, because it wasn't all that good.
Yeah.
But I started I started seriously playing the drums and played with one or two different musicians, but nobody really wanted to just make music. They all had this rock star mentality. And I didn't, there was times where I'd throw my sticks at a guy and not even talk to him for, a couple of weeks.
Dang.
And, but I didn't really come into my own until I started playing playing in church because I was a church drummer for started playing in church in '87, and I've sort of gotten a little bit away from it because obviously I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So it's a little hard. It's a little hard when you have a song services where the songs are going 900 miles an hour and it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
I used to be able to. James Bernard dad was the bass player there for a number of years, and so we played together for a long
world.
time. Yeah,
well, that's how you know him.
I thought y'all was joking. I didn't really know you knew him when he was little bitty, but that's a small world right there.
No, I've known James for. I went to James. Matter of fact, I played the drums in at James's wedding.
Nice.
Songs.
Oh,
and what's that?
I said awesome.
Yeah, and I've sort of backed away. I'm doing a little bit more singing, a little bit more playing my trombone.
So did you play the drums for James's wedding? Was that like Adam's Family 1 or 2? I can't remember which one Fester got married in.
Back then, he still had hair. So.
Oh, that's right. He did have hair. He showed up at our
hair now. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, who is that? And he walked up. I was like, oh my god.
I'm surprised that he hasn't piped in. So
I know
he might be working still. They seem to have some late nights. Usually when we're doing the show, he's working pretty late.
So how long you been married, Bruce?
We got married in '87. That's when I got in church. And
nice.
No, we got married in '88. So December 3rd, 1988.
Oh, that's my birthday.
Huh?
December 3rd is my birthday.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So now I'll be able to keep up with your anniversary.
And I'll see Brandon say happy anniversary, and then I'll see it, and I'll go ahead and post happy anniversary.
Yeah, so I got five kids.
Oh, nice.
4 girls and 1 boy. The girls, the oldest one, we took her in because her mom. We got her off a Sunday school bus route, and me and my wife, and her mom was a hooker, and we didn't even do the legal thing. We took her in and we made her our oldest daughter. And then I married her off to a good boy, and they've had 4 kids. And then,
awesome.
And then Christina, her mom was a single mom. My wife used to babysit her, and she had said many times that if anything ever happened to her, that she wanted us to have Christina. So when Christina was 17, her mom went in for hysterectomy, and had a bad reaction to the anesthesia and went into a coma and ended up in a nursing home. And none of the immediate family wanted to step up and take care of her. So we went in and got the legal guardianship and then raised her till she was 21. And then I married her off to a good boy in Tennessee, as a matter of fact.
Really? What part?
Yep. They were at Parsons. I think they're living up by the Kentucky border somewhere, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I married her off. They've got 3 girls, and then my son, he's living in Tennessee, and they've got their 3rd kid. And then my daughter Brandy, she's here. She's married to a good boy. I say boy.
He's 70.
They've got 4 kids. And, huh?
I said, you said he's a good boy, and he's 70.
And then my youngest daughter, Karen Ann, she's got 2. So I've got like 15 grandkids.
Awesome.
Do you ever come down to Tennessee to visit them?
I haven't been to Tennessee to visit them yet. We did go to Chattanooga to a commercial embroidery seminar for 5 days in Chattanooga.
Okay.
Because I got two 10 needle machines back here in the room right now. Because eventually I'm going to start pushing a embroidery business, or just a small one anyway.
Nice.
Because I may not
That's
be
awesome.
able to mess up dents forever. So
Yeah.
Well, if you ever get down here to visit, make sure you holler at me. We'll have to get together.
what's that?
I said, if you ever get down here to visit, then make sure you holler at me because we'll have to get together.
Yeah, if we get over there in that neck of the woods, I kind of want to go fishing at Pickwick. So that's probably not too far away from where you're at.
I think it's like an hour, maybe a little bit more. That's still ain't too bad.
Yeah, but I've been. Let's see, we did go over and see them when they were living in Parsons, and I mean, it was nothing for them to drive to Nashville or whatever and go shopping.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, and he drives like he's a NASCAR driver, so
I get
it doesn't take very long to get wherever he's going.
Oh goodness.
So besides fishing, just you doing fishing and embroidery now? Is that kind of the off time spent?
What else am I doing? Oh yeah, I like to mow my lawn. When I mow my lawn, I can't hear the phone ring. I got 2.5 acres of lawn out here to mow.
Sweet.
And my wife asked me, she said, well, why do you need to get a zero turn? I said, because I don't want to spend 7 hours mowing grass. I want to spend 2.5 hours mowing grass with all the weed eating and everything. So
yeah.
Now, do you wear the jean shorts with the t-shirt tucked in and the white New Balance when you mow?
What was that?
I said, do you wear the jean shorts with the white t-shirt or the t-shirt tucked in and the white New Balance?
No. I drive the guys at the dealership crazy because I wear long sleeve black shirts and jeans.
I don't see how you do it.
But the thing is, though, was like when I was in the service, you were required to wear long sleeves and a t-shirt underneath your uniform because you were government property and you're not supposed to damage government property. And so the t-shirt soaks up your sweat and then evaporates and it keeps your core cool. Where everybody that's running around in shorts and no shirt is just killing themselves sometimes. But
you hear that, Kevin Bird? You're killing yourself.
Hey, there's nothing like working on a black car on a hot summer day out in the open.
Good.
Nothing like it.
Now, did you embroider your own shirts?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
You see that?
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. I do my hats, my shirts. I just did some. Where'd they go? Oh yeah, I just did 12 fleece jackets the other day for a business.
Nice.
So a little bit here and there.
Awesome.
I even made two quilts.
Did you?
You know what a Bargello quilt is?
No.
I'm not that old.
Look it up. Yeah. I'm gonna make myself a shawl here soon.
I got to, Bruce. I can't resist. But you've opened us up to that with all your old jokes on the comments and stuff usually in the show. So I'm like, it's fair game now. We're gonna wear it out.
Well, when you'll find out when you get in you'll find out when you get to be about 50 or so. I don't know how old you are, Brandon, but when you get to be about 50, you'll come to the realization that you really got nobody to really impress. And why take yourself that serious? I mean, life's too short. Especially, I mean, now, I mean, I look at it, you know, the Bible says that life is but a vapor. It appears for a little time and vanishes away. I mean, turn around and all of a sudden your kids are all grown. You got all these grandkids. You turn around and the next thing you know, you're 60 years old, and it's just like, where'd the time go?
Yeah. Right.
But what happens is the older you get, the faster it goes. So I'm just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being under the sod, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll be 44 in December, but yeah.
I'll be 42 in January.
Oh, you're well preserved.
Yeah, well preserved.
Oh,
now, I don't know what you know and me know about time flying by. Like Natalie, she just turned 16 last week. I'm like, wow, what happened? Like, how did that even happen that quick? So it's flying.
It doesn't take long.
Well, when you're when you're running a business, of course, early on, all my funds and
we're losing you, Bruce.
Went into the kids.
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit. Yeah, tell your dinosaur to pedal faster. He got internet back in the 90s and still has the same internet.
Am I back?
We got kinda. We got a few minutes left, but when we get off here and close it, you got to go back and look at the description for the show. You'll get a laugh out of it.
Well, I just had a good time doing that.
Yeah, because I'm not the only smart ass in here.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep.
It was just breaking up really bad a minute ago.
Okay. I bet you guys had a good time doing the intro.
It was good. I could read it to you, but I'll let you go back and read it. But
so Amanda does the banner too, like the banner, and Brandon sent her both the pictures, the picture of actually you and then the old one, and she sent back that one of the old guy. And we were like, "Yep, perfect. We got to use it."
Oh man.
I didn't think I'd be doing this for 27 years.
Yeah.
Really.
I don't really think many of us think that we'll be doing it for a long time. But
we got a tech here, gentleman, Kenny Wells, and he's in his, I think, pretty much late 60s too, still doing it, and awesome tech. And for years, I never met him in person. I always heard this Kenny Wells. I was like, well, he's an urban legend. Like, y'all are bullshitting. And then he walked in the front door of the shop one day and we got to talk and everything. It was really cool. He's talking about, making tools out of hood springs or whatever, the crap they made them out of back then. And I love hearing those stories like that.
You know what this business has really allowed me to do though? It's allowed me to keep my wife from having to work, to
That's awesome.
Put all my kids through private school. It's allowed me to go places and meet people that I normally would have never met, had an opportunity to rub shoulders with some of the best PDR technicians and nicest people in this industry.
Yes.
I am extremely thankful for the opportunity to experience all of this. I would have never normally have been able to experience this in the kind of shape that I was in early on in life. No, if you, I'm not saying that you like me now, but if you would have met me years ago, you would have not liked me. I was not a very nice person at all.
Well, we think the world of who you are now. So And those people you're describing, you're in that list with us, just nicest, leaders of the industry, more or less. So,
well, now when you said I was a 1%er, does that mean like IQ or
not the good way, Bruce.
technical ability?
That's it. The technical savvy is on point. 1% of
it.
There's some days I feel like I should be riding the short bus, but
well, Stevie D's got one of them. If you ever want to hop on it, if he's ever up that way, Steve Dyke.
We all have. You said it earlier. We don't know everything about this industry, about the metal and everything. Those of us that can do high quality work, we're always learning. We're continuing to learn. That's why we're able to do more stuff with dents and the metal now, better tools coming out because we're understanding more. We'll never understand it all. But you're talking about, we wouldn't have liked you back then. Look, we all have a past, we grow up, most of us. What's up, Ron? We grow up, get older, wiser, finally, realize, what we did, who we were. Some of us become Christians and thank God every day for getting us out of what we could have become or where we were.
Yeah.
So, we applaud you. We, like Andy said, we think the world of you. We're joking and stuff about the age and all that, just because that's how
we wouldn't pick on you if we didn't like you.
Yeah. But, yes, 1%er, you are in that 1% of technicians as far as your quality and all that kind of stuff. That's where you're at.
You care about the industry. You went to Lithuania to train with Kaz. A lot of people got to say they've done that. And that shows your care for the industry and what you wanted, the product you wanted to put out too. So,
yeah. And you.
Well, I continually. Go ahead. Well, I continually tell my customers that that I'm basically a representative of the industry, and so even though I might not get the job, if I have your ear for about 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to educate. So,
yes,
absolutely,
lends me an ear. I'll spend into my time where I'm supposed to 15 minutes, half an hour, explain to them PDF, the process involved and everything else. So they are going to be telling their friends, and fix.
Okay. Yeah, I think we lost.
Doing the last number is.
It's cutting in and out real bad.
Am I back now?
You are a little bit. There we go.
And one thing that I started to do a number of months ago is that with my before and after videos, I send my customers on their text them a video of their before and after, so they have it on their phone so they can show their friends, and then that just helps with advertising. So.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, I know Sal had mentioned it earlier, and I was going to say something earlier too. But the way when you started getting into the social media part of it and doing your before and after videos, the way you do it is kind of like if anybody else does it, I was like, okay, that's Bruce's way. How you start from the same position doing the before and the same position doing the after, and it's awesome. It really is, and it's people are noticing because they're starting to do it too. So kudos on that. But yeah,
if it starts getting a little shaky, then you'll understand why.
I started doing that because people made comments online saying, "Oh, that's not the same car." Not to me, but I've seen comments elsewhere. And I said, okay, fine. I want to prevent that as far as like with my videos go. So I'm going to pan that whole car and go to the damaged spot and then do the same thing, go back to where it's been repaired, so they can't say, oh, well, it's just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that way I can keep it legitimate. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know who the ones are that always say that. It's usually body men.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you know what though? You know what? The one body shop that I do a lot of work for, the owner, I had a conversation with him. I told him, now I wanted to see his reaction. I said, PDR, when it's done right, is a superior repair. And he says, oh, I totally agree. He says, why paint a car when you don't have to? And so,
absolutely.
And so I'm going in there and I'm actually saving panels for these guys, but they'll call me like if they've got a blend panel, they'll sell my my repairs to a customer either at my retail cost, and then I give them 20%, or they'll jack the thing up 20% and I'll get full retail for the job. And they do all the R&I. They'll take the doors off or whatever, and all I got to do is come and fix it in. I mean, it's a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's somebody who believes in what you do. And we do. I think we all have that rare unicorn in a body shop.
I got two body shops like that. So I'm blessed with my body shop.
That's awesome. I do want to give a shout out to Ronald Paris. He said good show earlier. I just met Ron several months back. He's another technician in our area that he was referring people to me. And then now if I can't get to something or somebody on his side of the bay, I'm like, call Ron, because anybody else in our area, I like to educate all our customers, just like you said, Bruce. And I love this industry so much that I've had to fix previous repair attempts I've done for free to save face for our industry, for our area, but just because, I don't want to give them a bad experience, but anyway, well, eventually we'll get Ron on the show, and he's on our list. I have to convince him to come on.
We'll just do him like we did Nathan today. Hey, you're coming on the show next week. Have fun.
Yeah. So Ron, look, you're commenting, but we got you on the list, buddy. So be ready. No, he's a great guy. And I'm glad.
See the ex-Wizard Tech what you were telling me about?
Yeah. He's an ex-Wiz.
Right. Sweet.
He's an ex-Wizzy. But
we out there.
Anyway, so we are over our hour, Bruce. It went by fast, and again, we appreciate you coming on and sharing your stories and all that. I mean, I love it.
Me too.
I know the everything was kind of spotty here at the end, but it was still good, man.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everybody commenting and watching, and and then I don't know for sure who we have on next week, but
no, it's Nathan. We're gonna make him.
Well, we'll make him come on, I guess.
Nathan don't like being in front of a camera. He's gonna be like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. We've had a lot of them, including us, but Nathan Albers hopefully is our guest next week.
Yeah.
But again, Bruce, we thank you, man. We're not going to keep you from your family any longer. Go cook your wife. Go cook your wife dinner.
Go make her quilt.
I gotta hit the shower. I gotta get ready for church tonight. So.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. I'm thinking. It's 7:09 here. It's like not even. It's 5:09.
8 o'clock in the morning. No, we greatly appreciate it, brother. Yeah. It's been a blast, and like I said, we think highly of you.
Well, thank you. I was never that popular in school, so my wife was trying to figure out why you guys wanted to talk to me.
Well, just tell her
we had to be popular in school. Back then, there's probably like 3 people in a class.
I mean, can't be that many people on the ship.
Well, my half of the class made the upper half possible.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
We're joking. We know you didn't come over on the Mayflower. It was the Pinta. So. Anyway, All right, brother. Appreciate you coming on. We'll put you in the back room real quick. We'll end this. We'll say our goodbyes after we end the broadcast. But again, hopefully Nathan Albers next week. If not, we'll know for sure.
It's gonna be somebody.
Yeah. We'll let you know. But appreciate everybody watching again, commenting, and see y'all next Wednesday.
Bye, everybody.
See you.